Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. For this video, I'm going to be reacting to top 10 worst changes in Snow White 2025. So yeah, I don't keep up with everything that's online and stuff, like social media and stuff. I don't really use TikTok. Sometimes I see Instagram Reels popping up about this movie. But yeah, I noticed that this movie has a lot of hate. I know in general, live action remakes get a lot of hate. But it seems like this one is getting more hate than the other movies. I don't know why. Maybe I'm missing something. If someone knows, let me know. If there's a video that I should watch that explains everything, let me know because I don't keep up with these people. The main actress for Snow White, I don't know who she is, so like I don't keep up with her. I notice people are saying Gal Gadot can't act, but I don't really keep up with her. So like I don't know what there is to hate, or is it like real hate, or did they do something I don't know about? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if there's a video, like I said, explaining all this, leave it in the comments because I have no idea where all this hate is coming from. Like I don't keep up with people that much to even care what they're doing. So yeah, I'm not a movie person anyway, so I probably won't even see the movie. But yeah, I heard that the movie didn't do well, and like the movie was like 150 million budget. I don't know, but they didn't reach that in the box office. I don't know. So many things about this movie. Maybe that's why it didn't do well. But yeah, let's get into this video. Let me stop talking. Let's get into the video and see what they changed. And also, please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below.
Magic mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest one of all?
Welcome to Watch Mojo.
All right, I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. But yeah, so much like backstory about this movie that I don't know about, because I don't know where all this hate is coming from. Because I know, like, when The Little Mermaid came out, live action, there was hate about that, but I feel like it came and then it went. But this Snow White movie, the hate came and it stayed. It's still here. Like, what's going on?
And today we're looking at changes in the Snow White remake that we think Walt Disney would have notes on. Critical notes. Several spoilers will follow.
I was doing the same thing.
Spoiler alert. What do you mean, spoiler alert? It's a remake. We already know the story.
Number 10. Answering too many questions. Like the rest of the internet, we've made our fair share of videos poking fun at things in Disney movies that don't always make much sense.
This is his kingdom, with the same little tale to tell.
He taught me to be fearless, fair, brave, and true.
At the end of the day, though, we know most of these films are fairy tales that don't abide by real-world logic. Disney has forgotten this with their live-action remakes. Snow White goes out of its way to answer questions most people didn't have in the first place. Where are Snow White's parents? Does the Queen have minions besides the huntsman?
The Queen is evil. You must flee into the woods.
Are there any townsfolk in this kingdom, or just 3 people? The remake fills in these so-called plot holes, but does anyone really care? If anything, taking the time to answer these questions slows the momentum down.
You know, I really don't remember you being this opinionated.
Number 9. Snow White's Not-So-Scary Adventures. We miss old-school Disney, which wasn't afraid to mix delight with fright.
Silence! You know the penalty if you fail.
For all of the charming
Dang.
moments, the 1937 classic has at least
1937.
3 moments that scared us as kids. 1. The huntsman almost killing Snow White, sending her into the spooky forest. 2. The Queen's transformation into the witch.
Okay. Also, I think the first and last time I saw this movie was when I was a kid, so I don't remember like every single detail in the movie. So like if they're bringing up something I don't remember, I'm not gonna remember. But yeah, I guess they're just talking about it because I guess they can't show clips. But I guess they didn't add some of this stuff, so they have no clips to show.
3. The climax with Snow White biting the poisoned apple, and the Queen falling to her death. The remake either tones down the intense imagery or removes scenes altogether. We understand why some
What?
parents want to shield their children from anything too scary. In the case of Snow White, though, you're depriving them of a core memory that might frighten them as kids, but will take
Aren't all these fairy tales like supposed to be dark anyway? So I know it's a Disney movie, but if the original story is dark and stuff, like why not add that to the remake? Like, I don't know why people are so soft these days. It's 2025, but how come back in the day we were like stronger with our, like, if you had an opinion, you would say your opinion and then people would move on. But now you share your opinion and people are so soft and like complaining about everything. Like, is that why they took all that stuff out?
take on a fonder
They didn't want to
sentiment as
deal with
they
the
grow
complaining.
I was thinking the same thing.
The complaints.
Number 8. Downgraded visuals. Even if you turn off the sound, the
I'm
animated
dying.
feature pops with such rich detail and expressions that anyone can still follow the narrative.
What do you do when things go wrong?
Nothing.
You sing a song.
If we had to sum up the 1937 film's aesthetic in one word, it would be humanity. There might not be any quote-unquote real people on screen, but we can see the humanity that Bill Teitla, Grim Natwick, Hamilton Lusk, and numerous other animators poured into every frame.
What a cute little chair. Why, there's 7 little chairs. Must be 7 little children.
Watching the remake, we don't see any.
I was interrupted by an ad. But yeah, so far I noticed that so far in this countdown that they didn't really stick to the original, like the original aura of the movie. They just, I don't know, it seemed like they softened it up for today's generation. I don't know. But yeah, so far I can see the dislike in that. Like, if the story is supposed to be dark and stuff, like the original was dark and stuff, they should have kept the darkness in the movie to like at least keep it that similar in that way.
Humanity. We see visual effects artists who probably did their best with the time and resources provided, but were ultimately given the thankless task of bringing this story born for hand-drawn animation into the uncanny valley. Even with live actors, the characters are more two-dimensional.
I'm gonna need your help.
Number 7. Removing Grumpy's arc. Grumpy has one of the most emotional evolutions in the original.
Oh, you must be grumpy.
We know who we are. Ask her who she is. What's she doing here?
Initially skeptical of Snow White, the princess slowly breaks down his defenses. He may be too proud to show it, but Grumpy comes to care. When the dwarves realize Snow White is in danger, Grumpy leads the charge to save her.
Oh.
When it looks like Snow White is dead, Grumpy cries the hardest, making us lose it too.
Dang, they just took all that out.
Remake, Snow White and Grumpy barely interact one-on-one. Removing some of Grumpy's more sexist dialogue we get, but there's no real connection between the characters now. So when Grumpy cries for Snow White in this version, we don't feel the anguish of losing the one person who warmed his cold heart.
You're called happy because you're happy, and I'm called grumpy because I'm misunderstood.
We feel nothing. Number 6, giving Dopey an
They're like,
idea.
it's not that important.
Grumpy,
Let's keep that
Snow White
out.
spends more time with Dopey, trying to figure out why he doesn't talk.
When I was a little girl, my mother
Oh yeah,
taught me
Dopey
how to
talks,
whistle,
right?
because when you whistle, it's your heart singing.
It's because our happy-go-lucky comedic relief is actually
Also, why didn't they use real people for this movie? Like for the 7 dwarfs? Like, they couldn't find real actors and just like put prosthetics on them and stuff. Like, I don't understand why they're like CG.
We guess that's because Dopey's roommates are kind of jerks to him in this version. Sure, that's Grumpy's MO, but even Happy laughs at Dopey when he gets covered in porridge. Apparently, Dopey hasn't spoken in over 200 years. After barely knowing Snow White for a
How
couple
old
of
are they?
days, her kind words bring out his voice. We think we understand what Disney was going for here, but it comes off as oversimplified and misguided. If you want
Does Dopey talk in the original movie? Like I said, I don't remember every detail. But yeah, he talks in this one at the end or something. I don't know. But also, dang, his ears are big.
Want to see a much better Disney
What does he look like?
movie
I don't
about a
remember.
non-verbal person who regains the ability to speak? Check out Life Animated.
And at that point, it was like a window opened, like a light went on.
Who is
began to
this?
Speak to him in Disney dialogue.
Number 5, The Seven Bandits. Despite having more screen time than their animated counterparts, the romance between Snow White and her love interest, Jonathan, is pretty forgettable.
I can't accept this.
I'm not giving it to you. I'm just giving you reason to.
Wait. Why does... What? How come his hair's not... Is his hair black? Why does he not look like the original?
Not as forgettable as Jonathan's band of bandits, however. Even days after watching the film, we struggled to remember anything about these characters, except that one of them was good with a crossbow. We're not even sure why the bandits are in this movie, although it's worth noting that, excluding Jonathan, there's 7 of them. We're not sure what exactly transpired behind the scenes, but it almost feels like the bandits were supposed to be this movie's equivalent to the dwarves, but then Disney backtracked and threw in the dwarves as well. Whatever happened, this movie has
Dang, Disney lost so much money with this movie.
Point me in the right direction?
Number 4, forcing in complex themes. There's a right way and a wrong way to bring political overtones to a fantasy setting. Wicked has been the gold standard for over 20 years.
Alright, that was a good... I didn't want to see Wicked at first, but then I was like, why not?
That stage musical
It was good.
film
Better than I
had
thought.
nuanced characters, making us see a classic story from new perspectives. The Snow White remake tries exploring fascism, but it has little to say aside from its bad. It doesn't get to the root of how dictators seize control and why many of them stay in power.
The Queen stole everything from all of us.
It isn't just one bad apple. It's an entire bushel that willingly maintains the status quo. Here, everyone other than the Queen is an innocent bystander who is either oppressed or under duress.
This is our kingdom, and now we're here to take it back.
The moral? Get rid of the person in charge, and everything will be okie dokie. Yeah, sure. Number 3, acting like Snow White is better. Rachel Zegler deserves credit for singing her heart out despite the hate this role attracted.
Okay, she sounds good.
Although we don't have a problem with Zegler's performance, the portrayal of Snow White is another story. The movie acts like this is a stronger, more progressive Snow White, when little is improved. She still went back with a kiss she didn't consent to. Her love interest actually saves her
Oh
twice
yeah,
here.
I saw an interview with her and Gal Gadot talking about the difference between this version and the other one, talking about how she doesn't need a man to save her or something like that. But did they really change much in the movie? Because I'm dying. It seemed like she's still, I don't know, like she's still being helped and saved by someone.
She does wait around for her father. It isn't until after learning the king is dead that she commits to dethroning the queen. If Snow White's
Like,
inspirational
this is supposed to be the woke version.
though, how did the queen remain in power this long?
I'm not afraid to fight.
Number 2, everything about the queen. The original queen was sophisticated and menacing, casting a shadow over every scene she was in.
I'll go myself.
And also, if this is supposed to be like the woke version, why does she even care about Snow White? Like, if she asks the mirror who's the fairest of them all or prettiest of them all, whatever she says, if this is the woke version of the movie, why does she care? Why is she going after that woman? Leave her alone.
No one will ever suspect.
When Gal Gadot gets
It's interrupted by Ned.
her performance as the queen is passable. Yet the film also tries to make the queen more comedic, giving her a lavish musical number. Could you imagine the animated queen breaking out into song?
One taste of the poison.
Oh, she didn't sing?
And the victim's eyes will close forever in the sleeping dead.
Yeah, like the cartoons seem to have like a more darker theme, kind of horror-ish, but this live action, it got rid of all that.
Hellfire, but all is fair is no hellfire. Not only does it feel out of character,
Like, it's so bright
it's
too, like,
Gadot's
where's the darkness?
torso. The comedy also comes at the expense of the queen's scarier side. While Gadot's makeup when she transforms into the witch is admittedly pretty sick, she doesn't spend nearly enough time in this form.
Did I frighten you? Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get
Okay, support,
notified about
support.
our latest videos.
You have the option to be notified for a...
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was at the heart of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Goodness me.
Wasn't that like half the movie? Isn't that... They're literally in the title, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Dang. Like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, so is supposed to revolve around all 8 people. So yeah, I feel like in the original they had a bigger role, but I guess in the movie they didn't. Like they just came and went.
March straight outside and wash, or you'll not get a bite to eat.
This remake has so many extra supporting characters and subplots that the dwarfs get lost. The original film took its time developing a bond between the 8 titular characters, making us emotionally invested when the dwarfs raced to save Snow White.
We gotta save her! Yes, we gotta save her!
Here, Snow White's screen time with the dwarfs is trimmed down. The dwarfs don't even come to her rescue this time. Yeah, Dopey makes a speech about fighting back, but once the rebellion starts, the dwarfs don't do anything. They merely stand around in all their eye-gouging CGI glory, making us question their purpose in this movie, and this movie's reason for existing.
We're gonna need your help.
What do you think was the worst change in the Snow White remake?
Oh, that's the end of this video.
If the changes worked? Let us know in the comments.
Okay, so I can see the hate in this way. Like they didn't really stick to the original. They just did what they wanted to do for movie purposes, and I guess they're trying to make money by making this remake. But yeah, they took out a lot of stuff that made Snow White, like the darker themes and stuff. I'm surprised that they took that out because that was a big part of the movie. And yeah, but I feel like that's not the only reason why people hate the movie. I feel like they also don't like the actresses that are in the movie. I don't know if it's because they were in this movie or because of something that happened in the past. Because like I said, I don't keep up with these people. So I don't know what's going on with them. But yeah, I have seen a lot of hate for this movie, around this movie, about the people working in the movie. So if there is a video that will explain all this to me, let me know in the comments below. And also, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below. And if you want to see my experiences in Korea, you can check out my first channel, SEKSHI V. And if you want to see my other socials, it's right my other socials is right here under my face. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.